So apparently something happened with Mudahar. WestJet made a video on it. I actually like Mudahar quite a bit. He's always been good to me. He's being called Indian Moist Critical, which I've never really thought about it until today. I didn't even know Mudahar was Indian, but I guess it's kind of true, huh? Okay, what happened to Mudahar, man? What happened? Why is his career over? Why is he unemployed now?
Massive day for the unemployed.
I will say anybody who says that massive day for the unemployed is a derogatory, you're wrong. It's just funny and it's a great video intro.
Indian Moist Critical just ended his career.
I will say the only thing that Mudahar ever kind of fucked up on was letting like Redditors get into his head and make that video about like post-Nux clarity, given banger title. But you can't let these cretins on the internet dictate who you are and aren't allowed to be friends with. You cannot allow that to happen.
Dropped the video called I'm sorry, but what did he do?
Oh,
he
no.
bought the Nintendo Switch 2.
Okay, so yeah, that's right. So Mudahar bought the Switch 2 after directly saying how bad it was for consumers and how he would not support the company, and then he immediately bought it. Now, thankfully, what I said was I know this is really bad for everybody, but fuck it, I'm a millionaire and I want to play Mario Kart. And so I did. So thankfully, you will not be seeing an I'm sorry from me. You will be seeing a I'm right, because that game is fucking goated. I can't wait to play the new Donkey Kong, man.
In a vacuum, nothing wrong with it, but then people went digging, and turns out why I'm not buying the Nintendo Switch 2 right now. Nintendo Switch 2 is disappointing. I knew you were gonna get a day one, even though you said you would hold off.
Go!
Honestly, I took a chance at midnight launch near me. I kind of hope there's a day one exploit somewhere for these. Rog there, reet. People did not like...
Minor spelling mistake! Impossible!
This betrayal whatsoever from Mudahar. You know, he was the chosen one, and he willingly chose to betray his audience's trust.
And there I was,
It was
going
disgusting
on a midnight
behavior, guys.
release, and I ended up picking it, you know, just on a walk-in.
His audience said, do not redeem it, and there he is, 12
Do not redeem! Do not redeem!
a.m. on a
This is
walk-in,
disgusting,
straight
guys.
redeeming it.
SMH.
Now, of course, ladies and gentlemen, there's no way to sugarcoat or cut around this. I did, in fact, commit a hypocrisy. I made...
This is almost as dramatic as Jacksepticeye being diagnosed with autism. I mean, at this point, you have to kill yourself, right? You just have to. When you commit a hypocrisy, you have to commit suicide on the spot. Everybody knows it.
I made a mistake. I should have not bought this product.
There was literally no pressure, and he's folding. Like, the way he responds to criticism is worse than the honest criticism itself. We got a man pushing 40, apologizing to the internet for buying a video game console. This feels so inauthentic, and hands down, he's letting his audience dictate what he believes in. It's cringe.
Now, the reason why this was a pretty big mistake, and I do absolutely believe I should actually apologize to my audience, is...
Wait, this is a serious video? Wait, I thought this was a joke. Wait, he's actually giving a genuine apology? Because he committed a hypocrisy? Wait, is this like a Mr. Pokey level of freak the fuck out over being called a hypocrite? And like crash the fuck out? Over something as small as that? Oh my God, he's serious. Oh no, that's crazy. Okay, hold on, let's keep going.
I didn't practice what I preached, you know? I said, you should vote with your wallet, and what did I do? I straight up charged my card and got the Switch 2.
Post Nintendo clarity. Buddha switched on us, literally. I can't believe he would switch to a different opinion. At this rate, Indian Critical might have a shot at dethroning Ludwig in the Backbone Olympics. I'm not under-exaggerating how upset people were. What was the point?
Let's be real. Mudahar is not nearly as weak as Ludwig. Let's not get there yet, guys.
In making that video, then, seemed like you were dead set on not getting it. You literally said you weren't buying one, though. Not trying to be dramatic, but I legit don't know if I can trust you in your videos now. Thanks for supporting the company that tries to sue Palworld into oblivion. Such a great move. Like, how are you going to position yourself as like a critic, like a hater of the product, and then be there first in line redeeming it? Truth be told, I got no problem with Canadian Critical. He seems like a decent guy, but he does seem to fold a bit under pressure to like Reddit and Twitter of all places.
He does.
I had the grave misfortune of looking at Reddit, and they're toasting him there too. He is never a man of his word, always pleasing the masses and crowd, just like Charlie.
You know, I could apologize for far...
Do people have beef with Charlie? Why do people got a beef with Charlie? I know he made that one take about, like his shit-ass take on, like, trans kids. But, like, other than that, I feel like Charlie's got his head on straight.
Or more worse, but, you know, realistically, it's just apologizing for purchasing the system that, you know, I kind of made a big hullabaloo about, right?
Yeah. Exactly. Why are you apologizing?
You know, I could apologize for far more worse.
You know, I might have bought the Switch too, but I could have been touching kids. He's trying.
Yeah, I suppose that is that's a little worse. That's a little worse, but honestly, buying a Switch 2 is kind of like a gateway for touching kids. You know, it makes it easier. Yeah, so honestly, he's only like one step away from it, to be completely honest, man. This is over, man. Mudahar's over, man. Mudahar's over.
Trying to like gaslight us or something. Like, it doesn't matter.
You want to come over and play Mario Kart World with Uncle Muda? That's what a crazy jump. I want to make this very clear. I still think Muda is great. I'm just taking the piss a little bit.
Out, he really is some ordinary gamer. All of this over a kid's console with Mario Kart. Like, I truly can't be bothered anymore. Let me make some money real quick. Are you a loser playing Valorant all day and have no friends? Well, no worries, because I got the solution for you. This video is sponsored by Polybuzz.
Yes!
Polybuzz got a plethora of AI chatbots
Yes!
you can talk to, ranging from anime to like human recreation.
That's amazing. I'm going to use code JET77 right now by using the link in the description. Polybuzz, JET77. That's great, dude.
Some premium features for free. Oh, and if I didn't mention it, the app is free and you're even able to use the bot I created.
Free?
Lol. You wooed me, bro. I'm literally just their perfect little clone. Thank you, Polybuzz, for sponsoring today's video.
That's
Life's
so
a sandwich.
good.
No matter how you flip it, the bread comes first, and, you know, rent was due.
But in reality, I just wanted to cover things from an objective perspective. I wanted to show that there were some games, Cyberpunk 2077, which worked out of the box day one.
I swear to God, I genuinely see a timeline where he gets bullied by Reddit and then he has to return his Switch too. I'm no expert on this by any means, but isn't like being a hypocrite really frowned upon, even religiously, like Christianity, Islam? I think that's like a bad thing. Personally, I think on YouTube, the most important thing is authenticity. You know, don't treat your audience like idiots. You guys know I'm a...
Listen, I understand being called a hypocrite is bad, right? It is. Being hypocritical is bad, but the problem is, to be real, is it really the hill that you want to like pretend that your career is dying over? Not really, right? Like being a hypocrite, just say, fuck, sorry, my bad, guys. Then just go return the Switch and say, yeah, I fucked up. I need to stand on business, and just return it. Bada bing, bada boom, you're good, right? It's really that easy. It's so easy. It's so easy to do that, bro. Like you can come back from hypocrisy 100%. You just can't come back from other shit, like touching kids.
Scumbag, and I'd promote gambling to you.
The thing we hate is this practice what you preach. That is the issue with this, though. Well, I mean, obviously you should. Committing a hypocrisy isn't good, right? But you can easily bounce back by acknowledging your mistakes, and then just like all Muda has to do is get rid of his Switch. It's really that easy.
There's nothing I can say to I feel like ultimately I do have to apologize for that, and that's what I do.
This is actually the most embarrassing thing I've seen, Loki.
I will say, though, yeah, I mean, I feel like issuing an apology for this is insane.
He feels so flip-floppy, and these apologies to me feels like he's just kind of doing damage control to keep his audience. And you know what they say, right?
But it's like damage control towards like nobody. Like I really don't think. Like I'm gonna go check. I don't think there was actually any damage control that I could be totally wrong. I'm gonna pull up the stats live. Well, this is very interesting. So if you go to Mudahar's channel, it shows that he'll gain like 10,000 subs every single month. No subs, 10,000 subs. No subs, 10,000. No subs, 10,000. No subs, 10,000. Something happened in December December twice where he lost 20,000 subs. And then something happened again in March 24th where he lost 10,000. But other than that, it's remained pretty constant to where Social Blade can't even detect it. So, I mean, clearly something bad happened in December and March, but nothing was affected on his analytics whatsoever because the sub growth or loss wasn't even big enough to even make a dent. That was most likely the Nux drama. I mean, shit, maybe. But it doesn't really seem like he's losing any of his audience whatsoever. He just really easily gets gaslit by his Redditors and Twitter, not the first time. Yeah, I know that 100%.
Actions speak louder than words, and just return the Nintendo Switch 2 if you want to stand by your morals. No, your audience doesn't want a 12-minute video of you coping and justifying your purchase.
And, you know, you don't want to watch my videos anymore because you don't like me anymore because of the Switch 2 stuff. Then, you know, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to wave by. We're gonna have to wave by at each other.
Why is he guilt-tripping us now?
All I can really do is say I'm sorry. That's really all I can do.
Wrong. Go return it right now. Sell it on Facebook Marketplace.
You know, I can't just whip myself or do something.
Dude, I like the Switch 2, but I could go return it right now. This is such a weird issue to be stuck in. Brother, all of this negativity that you think exists, it can just go away. Like, wait, this is so stupid. Just give your Switch away to an audience member. Bada bing, bada boom, you're good. What is this? Why are we being so dumb about this?
Something to
He really likes Mario Kart? Oh, that's fair. Yeah, well, I mean, to be honest, just say, you know what he could have just done? Just tweet out, I lied, Switch 2. You know, like, there's so many ways to get around this. I feel like apologizing makes this so much worse. Like, it makes it so much worse than it actually is.
self-flagellate myself just for the camera at this point.
You're already doing that. This is like a humiliation ritual. You're talking for 12 minutes, apologizing for buying a game console. I really do feel like a bad person in this. I don't want to send you guys mixed signals. Come on. Obviously, he's apologizing for the hypocrisy and whatnot, but like, it is kind of funny when it's actually over if you know, boil it down to brass tacks. I didn't know this was a thing, but apparently there's a Nintendo Reddit and they posted Mudahar on there. I think the only justification for this is if you're a Mario Kart super fan and you want like a nice experience. But other than that,
Mudahar, you need lessons in like crisis control because you just made this so much worse than it needed to be. It's really such a not big deal. It's actually fucking crazy. You should watch the video of him telling people to vote with their wallets. I think it'll help you understand why he feels this way. It's buying a fucking Switch 2, man. Right? If he wants to keep it, say, fuck it, I lied. If he feels bad, return it. Bada bing, bada boom, it's over. It's really that easy.
even I'm holding off. And like, I'm gonna keep it a buck. This
By the way, Muda, if you're watching this, you want to play Mario Kart? What do you think? Mario Kart? Yeah, I'm a King Boo man or a cow man.
is expensive, especially in India where I live. $699 is plenty. Like Rick Harrison, I think I might need to call it an expert here. All right,
No.
Mr. Nux, I'm gonna need some post-Nux clarity on this situation. Do you know what happened with Muda?
Oh God, you're calling the right guy or the wrong guy. What's up?
So, Muda redeemed a
No.
Switch 2 the other day, despite making like 3 videos saying he would never buy it, that's trash, overpriced. What do you think of that?
I'd apologize personally.
All right, Nux, what if I told you he already made a 12-minute apology video?
Thank God. Post Nintendo clarity. It's crazy.
Why I'm not buying that Switch 2 right now, said the Indian guy. The Switch 2's sitting on his desk. Now let me explain, okay? Let me explain myself real quick.
People did not like this. Bro told us not to buy it, so he had a better chance at getting one early. Vote with your wallet. Proceeds to vote yes. Bro stood on nothing.
Oh, no.
Bro put his foot down
no.
so hard on the Switch 2 and bounced up from the force and landed right in his hands. Stop buying overhyped games on release. Same MF that went to a midnight launch for an overhyped release.
Hey, real talk though, the Switch 2 launch is actually so lame. It has one fucking game, that's it. It's so trash.
I understand why he made the apology now. Bro was getting toasted. At the end of the day, he shouldn't have even made this stupid apology video because otherwise he'll garner an audience that knows stuff bothers him and they'll keep pushing on his buttons.
Yep.
He's essentially doing the equivalent of digging straight down in Minecraft. You know, he's stuck in a bottomless pit and the only thing he has is a shovel and he just keeps digging himself into a deeper hole.
Our word is really all we have. That's really what it comes down to. What I will not apologize for is purchasing and keeping Cyberpunk 2077 on the Switch. But anyways, I'm kind of talking and talking in circles, really. Apologize for the Switch 2 stuff. Didn't practice what I preached there. And all I can say is I'm sorry, and I'll do better.
You know, he really went from Indian moist critical to Indian hip.
Okay, he says he's going to do better, which means surely he won't buy the Switch 3. Nintendo, like, give him some time to really mull this over. Please do not test his patience. Please do not test his morals this quick. Okay? Please don't sell the Switch 3.
Hypocritical. I
Or, God forbid, the Switch 2 Pro.
genuinely believe this guy is just so terminally online, his sense of reality is like completely warped. Hey, it takes one to know one, know what I'm saying? You gotta ask yourself, what type of person cares if a YouTuber's being a hypocrite? Like, inherently, this is loser, unemployed, parasocial activity. And as he said himself, your word is really all you have, and you should probably practice what you preach. But like, do I really care? You know what I mean? Like, I don't personally care. The only reason I'm making this video is for money.
I do have to
Fucking same, brother. I thought this shit was funny as fuck. I don't care at all, bro. Dude, legit. I'm just making this video to learn what not to do when I, like, bro, this is like scraping your knee and like be like, all right, guys, we got to amputate. No, it really hurts, guys. We got to amputate. We got to amputate. You can just use a bandage. No. We got to take the whole thing off, man. It's going to get infected. I'm going to die in any second. It's like, okay, bro. Well, maybe we just calm down.
To apologize for that, and that's what I do.
Like, these apology videos are so weird because who are you apologizing to? You're
Straight
in a room
up.
with a webcam. This is like schizo. If you want the TLDR, Mudahar screamed the N-word unmuted. Okay. Truth be told, even then he shouldn't apologize. Subscribe if you scream the N-word.
Dude, WestJet is fucking hilarious. Muda, everything's okay. You have two options right now, okay? Return the Switch 2 or just triple down and say, fuck all y'all. Anybody want to join me for fucking Knockout Tour and then post your friend code. But this is just such a non-issue, man. It really is such a non-issue.